Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Spider Rider UK on this not so sunny day. It's a bit clouded over here, so I thought I'd come out and do a quick update video on a few things. So with this video I want to cover kind of what I think of my lovely shiny new Wilbers shocks, and also some of the other things that I've done for the last year on my Spider since I've had it. So this is a nice little backdrop. I don't know if you can see in the view, you can see the hoe from here. It's a long way out, but I don't know if the video would pick that up. But one thing to note, a big thank you to all the people that have subscribed recently to the channel. It's been really appreciate that. And only a very small percentage of people actually hit that subscribe button. So it's free to do. Hit that button, and the videos that I create push out to many more people, and they get to see all the lovely things that I do, and it helps the channel grow and all that good stuff. So what I will do is talk about a little bit about the Wilbers shocks and kind of what I think, really, what I think. And yeah, initially, I must admit, the very first ride that I went out on, I was a little bit underwhelmed, but there is a big but, and I'll get to that. And I mean, they look fantastic, I must admit. But what do I mean? But it took me, what do I mean by that? It took me a good few rides to kind of really appreciate just how good they were, or just how good they are. And I've just come out to this. This is a really bumpy terrain here. This is just a nice little quiet place. There's a load of bumps in this grass and whatnot. And I must admit, it has slightly improved the ride height. That's one of the other benefits of this, not by much, but a little bit. But one of the big things I did notice the other day, and I only realised because I went out on a really windy, really gusty day, and up to around 60, 70 mile an hour. And one of the biggest thing I noticed is how stable, how more stable the actual Spider is in windy conditions. And I think I alluded to this in like some of the other previous videos about wind and how it can affect the bike. And do you know what? It's fantastic. What a difference it's made in the overall stability of when you're riding in higher speeds, in windier conditions, especially when you're passing vehicles and that sort of thing. It is so stable, so smooth. I mean, don't get me wrong, the stock shocks they're not bad, you know, but it's only till you put these on that I realised just how good these actually are, just for that kind of level of comfort. And it just makes the overall handling of the machine just so much less twitchy. Does that make sense? It just feels I feel super confident on it. Especially at those higher speeds when you're on the dual carriageway, as we call it over here. I mean, obviously it's still not an off-road machine, so I'm really careful in these kind of bumpier areas, especially going over you know, speed bumps and all those sorts of things. Obviously you've got to have to, you know, it's got its limits, you know, it's not an off-road machine. And the nice thing about it is that they're adjustable as well, so you can adjust them. You can adjust the top bit for the preload and the bottom bit for the rebound if you want. And obviously I've not been sponsored for this video, so I can kind of say what I like. And so I was, when you buy these, you have to put your weight in, and they build them for you, absolutely for you. So whether you ride solo, whether you ride mostly twos up, whether you ride with luggage, and what kind of riding you kind of prefer. I've gone for the balance option on this one, so it's kind of there's still a little bounce, which is great, but certainly with the sway bar, the H&R or H&S sway bar I put on from Martin the Vlogger, that is all combined to make a really good solid kind of ride, really. I mean, it's still, you know, when you push on it, you can still, let me do that. When you push down on let's push on the left side, you can still, you know, it's still nice and bouncy. Let's go around this side so you can see just that a little bit. It's lovely and boingy, but when you're up to speed, it's so much more stable, certainly in windier conditions. And the nice thing, like I say, the nice thing about it, you can adjust them. So if you wanted it a bit stiffer, you can up the preload. But obviously there's always a compromise, isn't it? So overall, I'm really happy. You know, overall they're really good. And it's also nice to be able to, it's also nice just to personalise the machine, isn't it? You can put the things, that's what I love about these spiders, you can do so much with them. And what I'm going to do is I'll take you around in a minute and just show you all the lovely things that I've done. We'll start from the front and then we'll move back. One of my subscribers did mention about the rear suspension. Am I gonna do the rear suspension? And it's like, ooh. I think yes, I would love to do that, because again, there's so many good options. You've got the Wilbers, and you've also got, I think there's another make, EKS or something, with an adjustable thing that you can adjust the rear. But I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's worth it. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'll see how these go. But it's just nice to put your own touch on it, isn't it? Your own little stamp. And I like to tinker, just like you guys do. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely give it a thumbs up for sure. Certainly for me, it's made the bike a lot better performance. I wouldn't say that, like I say, the stock is terrible, but when you really dial it in, like we have here, for the weight and the sort of riding I kind of do, it's made a big difference. And certainly going over the bumps in the UK, there's a lot of potholes. As you all know, the roads some of the roads are really bad. But obviously, you know, it's got its limits, so I always kind of slow down and just kind of don't go crazy, because there's still not a lot of clearance, obviously, so you have to be kind of careful. And but overall, I'm really happy, guys. You know, really pleased. They're not cheap. Yeah, they're not cheap, huh? But I think it was definitely a worthwhile install. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around, and I'm going to show you some of the other goodies that I've been doing, because there's so much fun to do and to play with and to add your own stamp on it. So yeah, let's have a wander around, and I'll show you some of the things that I've done. Okay. So one of the first things I want to point out is this nice new light bar. So this is from Sling Mods. Now, originally, obviously, it just has a little blanking plate here, and you take off the blanking plate. And because this is a UK model, it didn't come with the connector. So I had to last time it was in for service, the guys at the Can-Am service station put a wiring loom in, fitted that for me and plugged it in, so that was wonderful. And because for whatever reason it doesn't come with the actual connector, so that's one thing to watch out for if you've got a UK model of one of these. Okay, and the second thing, I put these nice grills in just to protect the radiator fins at the back. It does have ones, but this is a second layer, just to add a little bit of protection, and you know, to stop any stones from getting in, that sort of thing. And they've been really easy to fit, and prove to be, you know, they do catch the flies and whatnot. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them. And just looking around the front, I've also got my little decal, which is quite nice. Again, it can be easily removed if we want. And also, I've also added these. It's just more of just to kind of fill the gap, really. I suppose it's more of a cosmetic thing, to be honest. And I've also blackened some of this area with this stuff called I think it's called G-Tech. It's really good, makes it all nice and black. So that's been really good. And I've got my GoPro mount on there for when I'm doing some filming. So if I come around, I've got my guardian bells, and obviously the Wilbers suspension, of course. I've got my guardian bells here, and these ones come with a nice little bit. You can actually extend these out, because I did originally have these kind of underneath, which they just got ripped off. To be honest, they didn't last long at all. So I've got one that side, and I've got one that side as well. Look, there you go. And yeah, they are nice, I must admit. And just coming round, and I've got my little spider logo there. I've added a little phone mount as well. And also this cable, there's a cable, which this little red bit here allows the phone to be charged. It just takes the power and keeps the phone. It's not brilliant. It doesn't work amazing, but it kind of works better than what it did before. And also I put some foam grips on here, and also these end caps, just to add a little bit of red. I kind of like the red on it as well. And also I've added these cool covers. I'm just going to move this helmet over to here, and these work really nicely in the summer. Keeps everything. These are actually coolcovers.com, especially made for this particular machine. And underneath here I've got this like gel pad as well. Just it kind of starts here and kind of comes, I mean, it's inexpensive, and it just makes everything nice. And I mean, the seating is comfortable, but I would say it just adds a little bit of comfort as well. Oh, and let's not forget the sway bar that you can see. That's the I think it's H&S or H&R from Martin the Vlogger as well. It's all looking so nice and clean in there, isn't it? So yeah, there's your preload. Oh, your setting just here, and then you've got your bottom setting just down there that you can adjust. And also I fitted the backrest, which makes a huge difference. And I've got a little throttle assist just to alleviate some of the aching of the hands. And also coming around the back, You obviously can't see it, but I've added the light flashes to this as well. So this one here, and one on this side, and that's been really nice. Just again, it's just more for, you know, visibility and safety, that sort of thing. Again, and I've added some of these, you know, little reflective red tape around, and certainly and around the bottom as well. It's just more, like I say, visibility, and not really spider related, but I did get myself a new nice visor as well for those sunny days, and that actually works really well. And one of the other things that I've done, which I thought would be a bit of fun, is just see this middle panel. Do you remember I talked about it on this middle panel here? I thought I would wrap it, and I've just gone for like a very subtle black, just to protect the panel, because of when you've got pillion, it was starting to wear a little bit here. And I must admit, for a first attempt, I don't think it's too bad. There are a few little things, not many bubbles, but I took my time. And the lovely thing about this is, if you get bored with it, or you fancy a change of colour, you can just pull it off. And also, I've done down there as well, that little bit, and also right at the back, the little end cap as well. But I'm not going to go mad with it, because I just like it to be subtle, and I don't want it to be too, you know, garish. I mean, it's not to everybody's taste, but that's the lovely thing about it. And just coming around this side, I've done that side, obviously. It's just a nice, and the wrap, you know, it wasn't, the wrapping side of things, it wasn't too bad, to be honest. A bit faffy, you know what it's like. And I burnt my, I don't know if you can see, I burnt my wrist as well on the heat gun. But the thing is with the wrap, I mean, I didn't know, I've only done it, this is like the first time I've done it, but it's got two sides. You know, you have to peel off the backing, and then it's got a top as well that you need to peel off. And then you wrap it, you attach it, and then you have to stretch it, heat it up, and then stretch it only ever so gently, and just use your tool that comes with the kits to get out all the bubbles and whatnot. But it wasn't too bad, to be honest. And like I say, it kind of, because of the colour, it kind of, I think it just kind of goes. I think it looks quite nice. It's subtle. Do you know what I mean? Subtle. Oh, there's sheep coming to say hello. I mean, there's so many things you can do. You can, I mean, it's endless, isn't it? You can change the shocks. You can. I was thinking about doing this, but this gets rather hot, so it wouldn't make sense really to do that, unless you get some kind of thermal wrap, which I haven't really seen, to be honest. So I've made a few changes, but nothing too hectic, you know what I mean? It's still, I didn't want to completely change the bike, because I love the look of it. Do you know what I mean? And I just wanted to add a few things just to kind of personalize it, really. Yeah, it's a lovely machine, isn't it? Whether I'll change the rear suspension, oh, I don't know. I think I might have too big a hands to get in there to do that. I'm not sure even how I would even get in to do that, really. I'm not sure. I've had a look and I thought, I'm not sure about that. I might have to look at a few more videos and save up some pennies, of course, and run it past head office. I've got to run it past head office, guys. But it is, yeah, it's a lovely machine, don't you think? It's just, I just love looking at it. And the attention, you know, you get when you, not that I'm an attention seeker, but that's probably why I don't want to go garish on it. So I've just come back from a distance. Try not to, but yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. It's lovely, 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 lovely. It's a lovely, I'm so, you know, privileged really to be able to own such a wonderful machine and have this experience. I mean, I've never ridden a bike before. This is obviously my first Spider, and it's wonderful. I think I'd rather get rid of the camper van than than get rid of this. I wouldn't, you know, it's just so freeing, isn't it? It's just so lovely being outdoors. You can come up here, take a flask of coffee with you, cheese sandwich if you and just come and sit. Actually, I'm just gonna sit and chill out. Oh, yeah, it's a lovely machine. I love it, and it's just nice to be able to you know, just to tinker. I mean, I'm not an engineer. I take it really easy and go slowly and methodical when I do stuff, because you don't want to damage anything at the end of the day. One thing I was considering, guys, is something called you've probably heard of it, the pedal commander. And I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to adjust this camera a tiny bit. I'm not sure about the pedal commander. Have any of you guys got the pedal commander? I think it sounds fun. You can, and it's plug and play, which is lovely. I'll be interested to know if any of you guys what your experience, any of you guys have got one, and what your experience of them are. Because I don't want to obviously put something on that's going to cause any trouble, or, you know, do you have to declare it to insurance because it's a mod or anything like that? Are there any risks associated with it? That sort of thing. I'd be really interested to know, because I mean, you can get these on Sling Mods and also Martin Vlogger as well. I think there's a couple of variants that you can use. And I think all it does, from one of my understanding, is it just changes the throttle response, the amount of input or turning that you need to do to get the thing to move. I think it kind of drastically shortens that, so you know, you don't have to physically move the throttle lever as much to get the power, if that makes sense. But I'm not sure. I don't know if it's got any kind of consequences. I mean, the good thing is you can just turn it off, you know, you don't have to have it running. It's got various modes, isn't it? Sport mode and Sport Plus and whatever, but it'd be really interesting to hear what you guys think, if you've got one, and whether they're worth it or not. I guess you just have to be really careful with it, because if you forget it's in sport mode, it could, and you go to, you know, you forget, and you go to accelerate and you end up driving into a lamppost or something. I just think, you know, especially when I've been riding for a year without it, and you kind of get to know, don't you? But, you know, I can imagine you would get used to it, and you don't, like I say, you don't have to use it all the time. And so yeah, in terms of other mods, I'm not quite sure what else I'm gonna do. I'm quite kind of content and happy at the minute. I may look at the suspension possibly next year, maybe. Yeah, look at that. I'll see how the job situation goes. And because I would love to do this kind of full time, really, this, you know, doing YouTubes and videos and the rest of it, but it just doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately. You know, it's with all the best will in the world, it's just I have a day job, which sucks, really. But if I didn't have that day job, I wouldn't be doing this anyway, you know, because just can't afford these things, really. So the day job has got to unfortunately continue. But yeah, I would love to do this full time, but it's just nice. It's just nice being out and being able to do videos when you want, and and having a great audience. But yeah, and I don't know if you can think of anything. What would you do? What little mods? I mean, there's so many, isn't it? There's different lightings, all these different lightings and the bars that you can put on, but I don't necessarily want to light it up like a Christmas tree, I guess. And I very rarely go out in kind of in the dark, really. My eyesight isn't as great as these days, especially in darker conditions. So although the lights on this are brilliant, I have been out a few times and the lights are very good. Yeah, it's a lovely machine, isn't it? Because I think you can also get lights for these little bits as well. There's so many different things, and but I wouldn't change it for the world, really. I mean, I've kind of looked at the latest Can-Am RT or the 26 lineup for the Sea to Sky, and they've done some subtle changes, and it looks incredible. But the trouble is, if you go and buy a brand new machine, you lose all those mods, don't you? You lose all the lovely things that you've put on this, with the new bike, and you'd have to go through the whole thing again. It's great if you've got pockets of money, but no, it's wonderful. So I think I can't think of anything else that I've done. Yeah, it's all pretty much there, to be honest. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, guys. And so if you're just a recap, if you're kind of thinking I would about the Wilbur, the Wilbur shocks, I would certainly recommend them. I think they're a really good upgrade. I've gone again with the sway bar as well. It's been a fantastic kind of journey doing that, and worthwhile. I know it's not cheap, but I certainly wouldn't go back to the older shocks now. I mean, I've kept them because it's always that just in case, isn't it? I doubt I would need to put them back on, but I don't know, maybe I'll sell them on eBay or something. But no, it's lovely. Absolutely love it. Anyway, hope you enjoy this video, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next one. As ever, catch you later. Bye for now.